You might have heard the argument that horses don't understand the concept of respect. But in my personal experience, that couldn't be farther from the truth. So today, I'm going to debunk this myth and show you why respect is actually key in building a stronger and healthier relationship with your horse. You may be wondering why this even matters, but it matters because it's going to affect every aspect of your training and working with your horse. So what do I mean when I say horses understand respect? According to Merriam-Webster, respect means an act of giving particular attention to or to consider worthy of high regard. I think humans tend to pose an argument against horses understanding respect because they think I mean it in a way that invokes emotion or the way humans feel it, when in reality, that's not how I'm talking about it. When I use the term respect in regards to horses, I mean two different things. One is, I mean an action. Let's look at the definition of respect. To give particular attention to. This means I want my horse to give particular attention to what I'm asking them and the boundaries I've set. The second aspect to respect is trust. I'm going to build a trust with my horse where they can trust me and I can trust them, so it's a mutual relationship. The first argument is that the training methods used in gaining respect from your horse often elicit a fear response. They also argue that this respect training uses dominant tendencies in where the human is trying to dominate the horse. The reality is that horses are extremely social animals, and with that, there's always going to be a hierarchy among themselves and in their relationships. Horses do understand and respond to leadership and authority as well as trust. When a horse trusts and respects their handlers, they're going to be more willing to follow the commands of their leader and work cooperatively. And most importantly, respect in horsemanship isn't about dominating or controlling your horse. It's about establishing clear boundaries and communication. To truly understand how horses relate to the topic of respect, it's important to know more about a horse's psychology. Horses are prey animals by nature. Their whole genetic makeup is designed to help them protect and preserve themselves. Like most prey animals, horses prefer to live in herds as this gives them safety in numbers. And with any community comes social dynamics and hierarchies. If you're questioning this, just go watch horses out in the field interacting with each other. It's usually pretty apparent which horses are higher up on the social ladder. As prey animals, horses feel more confident and secure when they have clear boundaries and expectations about what they can expect, and that's why they thrive in these social settings. This behavior is also why horses thrive on routine and repetition. Repetition and boundaries can teach your horse that there is no danger within the routine. This can provide the horse with confidence and trust in moving forward in the process. While this may sound like I'm trying to justify training with dominance, what I'm talking about is being a caring leader who can use the tools of routine, repetition, boundaries, and expectations to give your horse confidence in training. Now let's talk about the argument that respect training leads to fear responses in horses. Fear-based training uses force to get what it wants. And in turn, while this may work in the short term, in the long term, it's going to have many negative consequences for the horse. This can look like your horse developing behaviors like anxiety, aggression, lack of cooperation, and most importantly, lack of trust. In contrast, training for respect and well-being can lead to a more cooperative, confident, and trusting horse. Now, all that being said, this doesn't mean that certain trainers won't use respect as a guise for actually using fear-based training. A way to avoid this is by developing the mentality of a servant leader. And what I mean by a servant leader is learning to lead with love rather than domination. If you're a servant leader, you're going to ask yourself questions like these. How can I make this the best experience for my horse? How can I explain this to my horse in the way they best understand? How can I help my horse feel safe in this situation? How can I make this fun and enjoyable for my horse? In my experience, some people have a hard time grasping what I mean when I say I'm training my horse for respect. So if that's the case, I'll change my phrasing to I'm training my horse to understand boundaries. Remember, as prey animals, boundaries can help your horse know what to expect, which in turn will give them confidence. Right off the bat, horses aren't going to know what your boundaries are. Boundaries start with space. So in the pasture, you'll see horses interacting with each other and learning where a horse's boundary starts and stops. So you're going to teach your horse about boundaries in the same way a horse would, and that's by interacting with them on the ground. Boundaries also include pressure and learning to yield to it. So this could look like a number of different things, from you leading your horse to putting a bit in their mouth to picking up their feet and to using your leg to ask your horse to move over. All of these things have to do with your horse understanding pressure. Learning this boundary is also going to go a very long way in keeping you and your horse safe in otherwise dangerous situations. Like I said before, the stance you take on respect is going to impact every other area of your training. training. It's important to choose what you believe carefully and consider how it will impact your relationship with your horse. Now that you understand the importance of respect in horse training, you may be wondering how you can implement it into your own routine. My online course for how to gain and maintain your horse's respect teaches everything you need to know about implementing this training into your routine. It starts with walking you through how to set clear boundaries and expectations with your horse, and then to working on more advanced techniques where you can put it into practice. You can go to shop.equinehelper.com or click the link in the description to learn more.